Our topic to talk about today is counseling. And it is one of the most important things to talk about for this organization of people because the biggest issue is that as we rise up in the business, as we become bigger and bigger, we become like this lone warrior. I can do it all by myself. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody's help. And I think that is one of the biggest misconceptions that you can have. It is one of the biggest mistakes you can do in your life if you think like that. You know, in the last few years, as we've been growing the business, what we have noticed is that we've seen so many lives of people. In fact, we see more people's lives than most people would see in 10 lifetimes. And we experience that many emotions and that many more problems. In fact, we live 1,000 lifetimes in one lifetime, almost. And that's what's going to happen to all of you because of the size of your organizations. You know, when the times are good, nothing matters. It's all fine. But when the times are bad, at that time, what matters is what you did when the times were good. If they say, you know, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. When everything is going good, when the group is growing and great things are happening in the organization, that is the time you need to build a relationship with your upline and have a counseling relationship. So that when you hit that rough patch in your business, your upline, without you speaking, knows what is going on in your mind, what are your fears, what is going on with you and your business, what's happening with your leadership. And that is why counseling is such an important part of our business. You know, I'd like to start with what is counseling. A lot of us probably don't even know what is counseling. And I hope that's not true for you sitting in your chair. Counseling is meeting your growing upline, minimum platinum and above, preferably an emerald or a diamond, for a dedicated 30 to 40 minutes with your entire plan drawn out for what happened last month and what you plan to do this month on the first or the second of the month. That is called counseling. Anything that you do are different from this, don't call it counseling. You can go to an upline's house for fun, you can go to eat, but this is what is counseling. When we go to upline's place for counseling, that's not the time when we play with the kids, that's not the time when we have food, that's not the time when we go to their kitchen, and that's not the time when we talk about everything else and see the dresses. We are focused towards achieving something in that 30 to 40 minutes, and our upline is focused too. Because for him, it's those 2 days in which he has to cover all the core growing people of his organization. And typically, every strong leader's calendar on the first and second of the month is jam-packed with just counseling sessions. That's how his calendar will look. You know, let's talk a little bit about how you counsel, and then I'll talk about, you know, a few other things.
Hi, everybody. Girls, for my first year in the business, I was talking to my upline, but I wasn't counseling. Some of you would understand the difference. You know, it is what we are talking about. So if some of us are making mistakes, this business is a very forgiving business. We can always fix it and move ahead. I go very, very prepared for counseling. You know, we learned it. How? I would do my BIB. I would draw out my circles. I would mark out the deepest points I'm working with, the 300 PVs of last month. You know, the women I'm driving 300 PV with, the 300 PV circles I'm tracking this month, the action items on my list, the people I'm going to work, you know, visit homes this month, everything is on my BIB, my calendar of last month, my rating of myself on 9 core steps. If I go with this much information to my upline, they can form a mental picture of where am I and where is my business. Going unprepared, I think, is a big opportunity lost. I'm sure we've all made a mistake of reaching for counseling to our upline's place and then asking for a pen and paper and scribbling something right then. But you know what? When we go prepared, it enhances my thinking about my own business. Now, as women, a lot of times we're very comfortable talking about people in the group, what's happening, some situations, what's not happening. We're comfortable talking